Everyone, it's James, also known as Flayman. Welcome back to this 3-part recap of the pre-release hype in the first 6 months of Splatoon 3. If you're interested in getting nostalgic and taking a look back at the time it was, I highly recommend that you take a look at Part 1 and then come back here afterwards. If you've already seen Part 1, welcome back. This is the second part in a 3-video series recapping about the pre-release hype, the first 2 seasons, and my own personal opinions on Splatoon 3 and how I think it's going. Please note that this video will have a few spoilers ahead for the hero mode, so spoiler alert. But even if you do end up spoiling yourself, I definitely recommend playing the hero mode because it is definitely useful in teaching you how to play the game and use all the weapons. That is, all the weapons in the game on day 1. If you enjoy content like this, please drop a like and also subscribe and turn your notifications on to see more cool content like this, so I hope you enjoy it. Anyways, let's pick up where we left off. Oh yeah, the Splatoon 3 Nintendo Direct. Ranked battles were added under the new name of Anarchy Battles. For those who have not played Splatoon, ranked battles feature variations of turf war with different objectives based on the 4 modes: Splat Zones, Tower Control, Rainmaker, and Clan Blitz. We also got a new side mode added, a game card known as Table Turf Battle. Basically, it's a turf war version of a card game where you can challenge the locals of Splatsville card games. I really liked seeing how Nintendo continues to acknowledge their origins of being founded as a card manufacturing company on the 21st of September, 1889. We also got more details on Salmon Run, including the announcement of some new boss Salmonids, the King Salmonid Kohuzuna, and the Extra Wave, which on occasion you will have to defeat the King Salmonid in a limited amount of time. And, oh yeah, Big Run, where Salmon Run takes place on Turf War stages every few months. Oh my god. We also got a short video of the hero mode, stuff we've already seen but still acknowledged. If I can give anyone good advice about what they should do when they first start playing Splatoon 3, play the hero mode. You'll learn how to use the weapons and paint turf, and also discover some interesting lore behind the series, such as backgrounds of characters and other cool stuff like what everyone has been up to for the last 3 years. A few more quality of life features were also added, the release of Splatnet Free, and the announcement of large-scale paid DLC. Gee, I wonder what Arlo and Marina have been up to. The addition of League Battles and X Battles down the road, and Amiibo function. Last section also introduced the free team Splatfests, Tricolor Turf War, and the Idol Trio Deep Cut, consisting of Fry the Inkling, Shiver the Upling, and Big Man the Stingray. And additionally, a test fire was announced for August 27th with the first Splatfest theme being revealed: Rock, Paper, Scissors. Good idea considering that 27th August is also World Rock, Paper, Scissors Day. And also the first official Splatoon 3 tournament, Splatoon 3 entered the Splatlands Invitationals at PAX West in Seattle, was also announced for September 4 through 6. With the pre-release hype coming to a close, the test fire and the first Splatfest took place on August 27th, with the winner revealing to be Team Rock. I myself was on Team Scissors despite the fact that there is no way to sugarcoat it, so I'm just going to cut to the chase. Unlike Squid Sisters and Off the Hook, it was very hard to pick which member of Deep Cut was my favorite, since the previous 2 were duos and I could like both of them, but here we had 3 members. I ended up picking Shiver as my favorite by default. Fry got absolutely crapped on due to her large forehead. She is implied to be themed around Indian culture, where massive foreheads are a thing of beauty. And Big Man, this dude is way too popular, to the point that actually for a while did not like this character due to his popularity and overexposure step popularity. Like, who does Big Man think he is? Paul McCartney? But anyways, the hype phase had already closed at this point, and now all there was left to do was await the release. September 9th, 2022 came out of honking nowhere, and the first thing I did when I got my hands onto this game was the hero mode. What did I think of this hero mode? Well, I had to be honest, this one was really great. Let's talk about it. At first we discovered that the Zapfish that powers Splatsville has gone missing. Who could have imagined? And we swim down a manhole to meet Craig Cuttlefish, the senior advisor to the new Squid Big Splatoon. He informs us that the Zapfish was stolen, and due to the previous 2 times it happened in Gopolis, he believes that the Ontarians are after it. This time it's Splatsville. Seriously, what is it with the Ontarians and power issues? I don't know what's going on here. I get recruited into the NSS as Agent Free, or as I call him, Neo Agent Free, and we traverse the crater and see the Ontarians are sporting fur. As we reach the bottom of the crater, thanks to our small Frankenpan be able to eat the fur ball sticking out of the goo, known as Fuzzy Ooze, which instantly covers the fur and murders you. We get to the bottom of the crater and discover that DJ Octavio's Ontarian army has gone missing and frames Cuttlefish for it. I then defeat Octavio before it breaks, bringing us to all plunge into an underground city called Alterna, where it was said the final humans once lived, and where the Inklings and Octarians were born via metamorphosis of squids and octopuses. Hallie Maria and the Captain, who all you Splatoon veterans will recognize as the player character from Splatoon 1, and you can customize him to be a man if you wish, just like I did, now serve as your guide, and our new objective is to find Craig and Cuttlefish. That would be much easier if we did not have to put up with the Idol Trio Deep Cuts shenanigans. They encounter us near the end of the first area and declare that all the stuff in Alterna is theirs to loot because they moonlight as scrap collectors and will try to stop anyone who interferes. I then battled them for this loot only to see that it is nothing more but for parts for a helicopter to fly to the launch pad, which because nobody follows the instructions, it gets built into a lawnmower, which the captain then uses to cut the first round rocket and also gets himself seriously injured in the process. He must have not played a turf war regularly in the last 4 years. Deep Cut arrives trying to fight us again for a lawnmower, but Squid Sisters hand over to them, which leaves Deep Cut baffled, and as an apology, forms an alliance with the Squid Sisters. Next, I have to infiltrate the Space Center and get to the top of the launch pad, where Mr. Grizz has been keeping Cuttlefish hostage. As we play through the game, we discover that Mr. Grizz is the mastermind behind the furry goo, having created 3 Mammalians and started Grizzco to collect salmonates, which are a vital ingredient for the goo. I guess salmon rum was an inside job after all. Thank God I didn't own Splatoon 2. I would have erased my save data and destroyed my copy otherwise. And he also happened to have kidnapped Splatsko's great Sapfish to power the rocket and kidnapped Octavio's army to guard it. We get to the top and discover Craig Cuttlefish is dead. He was completely dehydrated by Grizz, who makes his first appearance as a ginormous Walmart teddy bear covered with goo and a tiny head. Grizz explains he is one of the last remaining mammals and plans to use the rocket to blow up and cover the world in furry goo to revive mammals at the cost of all marine life. The rocket lifts off and all is seemingly for nothing. Bear in mind, all of this is happening while the captain mourns over Cuttlefish's loss, and the single tear shed by him is enough for Cuttlefish to revive back into a squid. Did anyone read Sunken Scroll 22? I wonder if Octavio died and was revived as an octopus by the Octarians' tears many years ago. Deep Cut gives us a lift using Fry's pet eels, Shiver's pet shark, and a spacesuit provided by Big Man. We then hop onto Mr. Grizz's rocket and battle him. Just as the rocket is about to blow up, Octavio arrives and Small Fry transforms into a huge fry which looks like a giant coho salmon. Hopping into Octavio's ship, a new incantation plays with Deep Cut providing vacuum vocals alongside the Squid Sisters. I guess this is going to become a series tradition, having Incantation as the final boss theme song. During the second phase, I use the ink bath to suck up the goo on Mr. Grizz while dodging Octarians, and then I fire attack at him. The rock is then destroyed, Mr. Grizz is defeated and presumably killed, and we return back home with the Great Savage, and life goes back to normal. I've noticed a large number of Splatoon fans have pointed out that Return of Mammalians does look a bit too similar to Octo Expansion, and even the developers admitted that the hero mode is a best of the hero modes in the last 2 games. We have the beginning of ROTM resembling Octo Valley and Octo Canyon from the first Splatoon games. We have an overworld where we can explore to our heart's content, and we also have the third act of the hero mode based off Octo Expansion, complete with an infiltration sequence, corrupt villain, and an image of what would happen if we died in a final boss fight. At least Mr. Grizz had a more sympathetic motive, as he got driven to insanity by his loneliness. Tartar, on the other hand, is basically a mass murderer, as by the time Octo Expansion begins, Tartar already murdered 10,007 Octarians prior to Agent 8, and also Tartar tended to kill all Inklings and Octarians. I'd say this isn't a bad thing, as Splatoon 2 did also reuse Splatoon 1's campaign, and also Fractured Calyx fan base. But Splatoon 3's hero mode does have some cool moments, such as Callie follows you around Alterna, or one time when I was fiddling with the camera function, the Small Fry started humming the Incantation, which is arguably the series' theme song. It may also have Happy Little Workers if you're really lucky. And the boss fights are sick as well. Major points to Big Man's boss fight, which is a recreation of Phantom Manta from Super Mario Sunshine. I myself have never played Mario Sunshine, but folks who have already told me how insanely difficult Phantom Manta was in the Serena Beach mission, the Manta Storm. I didn't even know this was supposed to be a reference to Super Mario Sunshine, and they only found it out through beating this battle. Heck, even Nintendo's producers even admitted they completely erased that game from their memory because the GameCube was a commercial failure in Japan. Most people don't remember Super Mario Sunshine anymore, but you may recognize Fry's boss being a direct reference to the Octo Stomp from Splatoon 2. Shiver's boss fight requires you to knock her off her shark, I wonder how she tamed that thing. And I also enjoyed how you actually had to collect golden eggs in the first phase of the final boss fight. Overall, the hero mode was good, and I really enjoyed reading the lore behind Alternate itself. Oh, I spent a lot of time talking about the hero mode and realized, oh shoot, I should have gotten to the drizzle season. Fear not, I will talk about that in the next video where I will talk about stuff that happened after the hero mode. I'll catch y'all then. See you next time!